Hello, hello, and welcome to a new episode of the Free for All on the Renegade Pop Culture Podcast Network. This is Keona, your host. With me tonight, I have five other people, so it's a full house here. So why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves, say hi to the audience.
What's going on, guys? This is Mike.
And this is Jacob.
It's Josh over here, along with
Kristal.
All right, and then our special guest and now a official member of the crew here. This is Hayden.
Hello.
All right, so first off, what I wanted to do is talk about the events of the past week. We did not do a podcast over the week, which actually worked out because it allowed us to sort of also take part in the kind of the movement that started on Twitter with the Blackout Tuesday and that sort of thing. We wanted to show our solidarity with the movement that's happening with Black Lives Matter and with the protests that are going on. And we stand with you. Injustice should not be countenanced in this nation, especially now. And I think for myself personally, like it forced me to really look at myself and my views and my opinions and take stock of where I am in my life. So for me, it was eye-opening. And it was definitely, it's been a week for me. Like I feel kind of weary, but that's coming from someone who maybe, from my perspective, it's a very different perspective. So I am not African American, and the only thing that I can say is that I hope that change arrives because of what is occurring in this nation. We need change. We need to be better as a people. I'm rambling right now, so I'm going to stop and pass it on. But I think it's important to really to amplify Black voices and to listen and to hear and acknowledge and really take stock of what's happening in the world today.
very true. It's just been, oh my god, this whole week. It feels like just when you think you've got a handle on what this year has thrown, it says something with how powerful the struggle is. That even in the wake of the pandemic, you have all these people protesting, going out because this has just gone on for way too long. This systemic oppression, and I'm really proud of the results that have been coming through ever since like this whole movement has started. But it always just feels like very sad, just in the sense of it shouldn't have come to all this in order for change to happen. And
That's
I'll
right.
admit it's really taxing on me because I like to think of myself as a pacifist. I not like overly negative, like I let people push me around or anything, I don't think, but I generally try to go for peace with almost everything. And everything that I've seen on social media, especially on Twitter, like it's eye opening just seeing just how much hate there is in the world. But it's so overwhelming and draining. It's been breaking my spirits a lot in the past week, and Kristal here can attest to that.
Yeah. We've all just been drained emotionally, mentally.
Yeah.
I'm sure everybody has.
Yeah, it's when you see the system, when you see the systemic, just racism and injustice and inequality, it's like it's so bad. I thought
It is.
growing up in Hawaii and stuff, you grow up there and it's like everybody is mixed and everybody is just sort of like we're all pretty okay with each other. It's so to me, it's I don't know if I've ever faced it head on. I don't know if I faced it within myself head on. And I think that now living on the mainland and seeing what's going on with with the world, it's eye opening. It's scary. My hope is that I see the righteous anger, and I don't fully, I'll never fully grasp it, but I do understand where that's coming from. And I think that it's important to show that because, we need to see change. And change is not going to be easy and it's not going to be overnight, but it is something that's going to happen. And, for me personally, I like to dedicate the work that we do to the memory of all the people that have basically been killed for no reason other than the color of their skin, or for their religion, or for whatever reason that is that people justify it as. So I would like to dedicate this episode in particular to the memory of George Floyd, and I hope that you know Mike and Hayden, I'll toss it over to you guys, but I think that we need to remember this, and we need to learn from it, and we need to see justice done, and we need to move forward and see change done. That's it.
Or it is
Okay,
the
Mike.
folly of men that they forget.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, Mike, did you have something?
Yeah, as a New Yorker, one of the stories that really got to me was, I don't know if any of you guys saw it, or everyone probably did, about the police officers who shoved like a 75-year-old in Buffalo.
Oh man,
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, that was one of the stories of among many that just really shook me to my core. Along with the follow-up that 57 officers resigned while standing with the two officers that should have been arrested for basically abusing their power.
Yeah, for assault. Yeah.
So that's kind of one of the reasons I've been very inspired this week, and basically every day until change happens, that I'm trying to use all my social media to amplify Black artists, whether it's musicians, filmmakers, YouTube personalities, just to make sure that they all have their voices heard.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
that's
Hayden.
good.
What I just want to say is it's been a very sobering week, and I don't want to be the type of person to just make it about all of us. I think we need to recognize that there are a lot of people suffering so much worse than we are right now. We have to think about their personal mental health, of the Black individuals who are dealing with this firsthand.
Yes.
And I guess just be conscious of that. And also and I just want to say, George Floyd, also Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, Tony McDade, who is a trans man who was killed by police. That's another issue that's going on, very intersectional issue that's being discussed right now. It's been I think it's just a good time for us as allies to reflect on what people we know in the Black community are going through, and just to be conscious of that. And the last thing is, given that it's Pride Month, that it's important to recognize that the first Pride was really a riot that had many Black and trans people at the forefront, and it's important to, I think, keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, Hayden, to add to what you said, I think at this point we should acknowledge that just because we identify as an ally to the people who are trampled by this, that doesn't mean we should never be self-critical, that we should listen to what they think constitutes being an ally at this time. That, as a white person, who fancies himself an ally to the African American community and the LGBT community, a white straight man in particular, I just can't assume that because I call myself that I am actually an ally. That there's no changes that I have to make to let people know that I am an ally. There are mistakes that I may make in my crusade to be a supporter, to be a friend. That there'll always be, changes that I gotta. There are ways to better myself, and I have significantly these past few years. I would say that I may have a lot of work to do, but at least I can be aware that I am improving, and that's how I can sleep at night, basically.
No, none of us are without our biases.
Exactly, none of us.
It's all about just bettering ourselves as people and learning from each other, helping each other grow. There was something that me and Kristal were talking about today because well, with everything, I got inspired to watch Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, and it is just it's sad that it's still very topical with everything going on.
Yeah.
But me and Kristal, she mentioned something just in our conversation, just how in the film Radio Raheem he talks about love and hate, and I kind of agree with Kristal's feeling on it, which is that love and hate aren't opposites, but the true opposite of love and hate is indifference, kind of apathy, no real change, no real forward momentum, no real anything, just complacency. Something that just really struck a chord with me earlier in the day, and I don't know, it's just something that I've been thinking about for a good deal of all of this.
Just that we can't go into this basically civil war. We can't go into this thinking or just hating the people that we don't understand, or hating the people that don't understand us. We have to love them enough to understand that they come from a different background and that they're simply misguided people. I also believe that there's no such thing as bad or evil people per se. There's just selfish and misguided people. Everyone is capable of change. It's just up to us to show them how to change.
Sorry for the
Yeah.
I-
Suddenly getting really heavy.
yeah.
Yeah. It's well, sorry guys. I certainly didn't mean to make it about myself and my opinions as well. I just want to be clear about that. It's good to do soul searching, especially in a time like this. It's good to know where you stand. So, but of course, my thoughts and my heart is with all of the people who are suffering and who are dealing with the issue directly. And what we do here is for entertainment purposes, and actually, it's just something where we want to cover movies and we want to talk about that, all that good stuff. But I just felt that we needed to address the things that happened over the week as well. So, all right. Well, so, and I just watched Just Mercy. I just watched that movie right before coming on, and I needed a minute before I could even come on because it was just, that movie is so good and so great. And it's it's a very emotional movie for me. It really it touched me in my heart. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good story. In other words, it was well done. So have any of you guys seen it?
I have.
The last time I saw it was when it was playing in theaters back in January, and yeah, that it's a very good movie. It's a very heavy movie, and if I may be honest, I feel like this was the movie that Warner Brothers should have been campaigning more heavily during last year's Oscar season as opposed to Joker, but obviously one of those caught on more than the other.
Yeah, to an extent, I agree, and this is coming from someone who liked Joker.
Oh yeah, no, I like it too.
Yeah, me too. It's just that it's very much, let's just say, a white male rage movie. Definitely, it's like, as I know that people are gonna listen to this, and, Renegade Pop, they're just so woke now, or whatever, and just like, I just know it's legitimately, it's a more important movie at this time. Any movie that legitimately looks at an issue that's still going on, that's probably more deserving of all these nominations, I think.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you on that. I think it's just a solid film with a lot of really good performances. Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx, everybody's so good in this movie. Hayden, go ahead.
Yeah, you said like you said January, I think, and it just hit me that was just, it does not feel like it was then. It just, time is such a blur now that I'm forgetting that when it actually came out. It's just so surreal, like, and it just became so relevant after the. I mean, it was always relevant. It just feels so important right now, and I think it's just so surreal to think that it came out in December/January. That feels like forever ago.
Right? It's like you could separate like AC, BC, before Corona, after Corona.
Yeah, so easy to forget that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the last movies, I think, to come out in theaters at that point, like right before the pandemic hit.
Christ.
So, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Where'd the time go?
I feel
What
really
year is
bad.
this?
I feel really bad that I haven't watched it. Like the like I said today, I chose to watch Do the Right Thing because I felt I was able to handle seeing something like that. But this whole week, it's just been me just doing comfort food kind of watches just to get my morale up. But I'm definitely gonna watch it because I love everybody involved in the movie. Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx, just amazing talents, and I feel like I need to see almost every movie that's come out in 2020 just out of obligation because of how crazy the lockdowns become.
Yeah.
A movie that I watched a couple nights ago was Blind Spotting. This is a movie that came out in 2018 that I missed in theaters, and I just saw it recently and was just completely blown away. Everyone always talks about um, the for those who haven't seen it. I may be giving some spoilers. So the movie stars Daveed Diggs from Hamilton,
Lafayette.
and at the at the end of the movie, he goes into this like 5-minute rap monologue, and like everyone who I've talked to has seen this movie has said like that's like one of the greatest scenes of that year. And yeah, no, that definitely is.
Oh, I have to check that out. Blind Spotting?
Yep.
Okay, it's on the watch list. Anybody else watch anything interesting? I watched Selma, which was very, very good.
I was literally just about to say that. Yeah, I saw Selma too. Actually, just recently. It was like it was because we should mention the reason why we were watching Just Mercy was because Warner Brothers is making that film available to watch on video on demand for free.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing for Selma and a handful of other movies of relevant movies like Ali, the Muhammad Ali movie with Will Smith, and The Secret Life of Bees, and some just a handful of movies having to do with a topic like this, and also in a time when The Help is the #1 movie on Netflix. Yeah, Josh, you want to say something?
I was going to mention another movie, like some movies that we had watched. But yeah, seriously, if you're on Netflix and you're watching The Help, don't watch The Help. I think Malcolm X is on there. Go watch that. That's an all-time timeless movie that you need to watch, and it's not only is it timely, it tackles race better than The Help ever does. But go ahead.
Yeah, right now we it's right now we don't really need more movies about like white people solving racism. We don't need that right now.
Yeah, not the timeliest piece,
That movie movies like I just want to say for this, movies like The Help and Green Book and The Blind Spot, these are the kinds of movies the villains in Get Out would say that they watch to show how much they love black people.
It's like, I'll say this: I'm actually one of 10 people that doesn't mind Green Book. I think it's cute, but when I think about that year, it should have gone to Black Klansman. That was already a terrible
or Blind Spotting.
It was a terrible year for Oscar selections. That was so rough to sit through when I was going through all those movies, and
yeah, honestly, that year I was personally like I really loved The Favorite, and that's what I wanted to win, but really it should have been anything except for both Green Book and Bohemian Rhapsody that year. And I'm still upset that those came out on top that year when there was literally anything else.
I'm even upset that they didn't nominate. They didn't add more nominations because that year was probably it was the only year in the past couple that had only 8 nominations. I would have argued Spider-Verse should have been nominated for Best Picture.
I can vouch for that.
But of course, I can't.
Yeah, you know how every once in a while an animated movie will sneak into the Best Picture list.
Yeah,
and usually it's a Disney film. That year that Into the Spider-Verse came out, that movie could have easily been like the number 9 or number 10 spot.
I argue it should have replaced Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, even though I like that movie, I do not think it belongs in the Best Picture race.
Yeah.
I think even people who hate Bohemian Rhapsody will admit that Rami Malek did deserve the Oscar for that. But what people are still angry about, especially, is that Bohemian Rhapsody won Best Editing.
Okay, I actually have a rebuttal to that. Like, I don't think it deserves it at all. I'm just okay. Keona, it is your job to name this free for all. We finally get to the rant about the 2019 Oscars. Oh my god! But that is an award selection that I will understand, because as far as I understand, the editing is voted on by editors, and really they gave that movie just the biggest pass, because between going from he who must not be named, because I'm not giving that sick bastard the respect that he used to get as a director, between going from him to Dexter Fletcher, who had to save everything, and having just two contrasting styles just all together, and already the whole shoot being a shit show. Like, John Ottman was just scrambling to create something coherent. It was basically going to be on par with a Suicide Squad level wreck, and it was just, hey, he did the best he could. I don't like that it won Best Editing. In fact, I hate that it won Best Editing for that. But I can respect that John Ottman basically did a fool's errand of just fixing everything the best he could.
And not only that, but he also had to deal with members of Queen saying that like each member of the band had to have like an equal amount of screen time and balance all that out. So yeah, it was ultimately a sympathy win. So, and I really do like Ottman's other work. Like his music score and editing in the past is great. It's just he just got a really tough break on this one.
And that explains, hearing that explains that terrible scene that everybody's made fun of, where Peter Baelish signs Mr. Robot and all of them to a contract, and everybody gets a cut, and the best video I've seen is at the start of each cut, they played the whip crack sound effect from that terrible Cartoon Network show Johnny Test. So it's almost 3 minutes nonstop of just hearing. And one last thing, just I've become more harsh on Rami Malek in that movie. I think he's a great actor, but when you compare what he does in Bohemian Rhapsody to Bradley Cooper in A Star Is Born, a movie that I'm kind of lukewarm on, Bradley Cooper had to learn how to play the guitar and sing and just do pretty much everything to make his performances in the movie as real as possible, in addition to directing. And Rami Malek won for lip syncing. It frustrates me. I would give it. I'm actually surprised Taron Egerton didn't win or get nominated for Best Actor this year, because he deserved at least some sort of Oscar recognition.
If Rami got nominated, then Taron 1000% should have been nominated as well.
Exactly. Okay.
I agree.
Jacob.
Okay, I'm just gonna say, I think an even worse scene than the restaurant scene in terms of editing is when Mike Myers rejects the Bohemian Rhapsody song that they make. Dude, the editing that, oh my god, that's arguably even worse in my opinion.
The line of nobody's going to bop their heads to this in the car.
It's like no one's like Bohemian Rhapsody. It's just not a song teenagers can play in the car and bang their heads to.
We get it. You were in Wayne's World. Jeez.
Yeah, in hindsight, everything about Mike Myers' cameo is like the definition of forced.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and especially that line.
And it even ends with them leaving. It's like, mark my words, if they don't play the cards right, no one will ever hear the name Queen. It's like what you see in every single biopic about a famous person, where like, oh, this person's gonna go nowhere in life, and then it shows them changing the world, basically.
Have any of you seen Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story?
Oh my god,
yes.
I haven't, but I've seen the video.
Because Bohemian Rhapsody recreates Walk Hard, except does it genuinely. And so the whole time I was watching Bohemian Rhapsody, I was laughing because I would just remember a scene from Walk Hard, and just, like, I would go into hysterics.
Freddie Mercury's got to think about his whole life before he plays.
Every director should be required to watch Walk Hard before doing a music biopic. Like everyone needs to study that movie from start to finish and take notes on what not to do, what not to repeat from Walk Hard.
The wrong kid died.
Okay, so on that, I did a thing on Twitter, and I kind of want your guys' input on it. It was a while back.
Shoot.
I still haven't done the second part of it, but it was basically I was bored and I wanted to see if I was Twitter famous, aka I could get more than one like. So I did a whole thing like, okay, if you give me 2 likes, if you give me a like, I'll pitch a movie. And I only got to do one. I got 2, but I was too lazy to do the second one. But I've got the pitch of a music biopic. Okay, so in my opinion, in your guys' opinion, what's the best part of a biopic like this? What is your favorite part watching in any of these movies, like Walk the Line or Ray or Bohemian Rhapsody or even Rocket Man?
That's a good question. I probably have to say like either the recording montage or like the first live performance. Like those two are pretty. Usually, those are my favorite scenes in any of those movies, and also the last concert, because that's where they pull out all the stops.
Okay, Keona.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna say the same thing. The last kind of performance, I guess you could say, when it all comes together. I kind of like that.
Hayden, what would you say?
I think it really depends for me on how the movie itself is executed. Because I don't know if I really have like a favorite part in biopics, but what I like in biopics is when it does something that feels different, like essentially Rocket Man did. Like it felt a lot more like a jukebox musical than it did feel like I was being lectured about the history of Elton John.
Yeah.
I guess I think that's kind of the aspect that I like to see most in my biopics. I don't think I have a specific favorite part in the formula that I really like, though.
Jacob, what would you say?
I think just in general, my favorite part of biopic is when they reflect on an aspect of the subject's life that you wouldn't really expect to be sufficient to discuss in a movie. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it's like when it focuses on, yeah, Mike, you think you understand?
I was gonna say like more generally speaking, my favorite biopics are the ones that like sort of like Rocket Man, when they feel like the personality of the subject. Like
Yeah,
with Rocket Man, it makes sense that it comes off more like a elaborate stage musical, because Elton John was an elaborate stage personality.
definitely.
Yeah.
Another great example is Love and Mercy, which really gets in the weeds of Brian Wilson's mental breakdown towards the end of his career. But it's also kind of split into 2 different timelines. Like it covers the end of his career, but also it goes really into the recording of Pet Sounds. So that's I like when biopics like go the extra mile to to like make the movie feel as authentic, like personality wise, as they can.
So we should bring up. Everyone knows that Bohemian Rhapsody was originally produced, and it was going to star Sacha Baron Cohen as Freddie, and he was going to take it to a very explicit direction. That it was going to be a warts and all version of Freddie Mercury's sex life, as well as his um stuff with drugs and such. And how well do you think you guys think that would have gone?
I think it would have been amazing. Like just even just experimentally, it would have been something brand new. And from what I hear, wasn't David Fincher gonna direct it too?
I don't know about Fincher, but I know that Sacha Baron Cohen was, he was involved with this project for a few years before he backed out, through creative differences and all that. But I would have loved to see that version of the movie.
I think it would have won. It would have deserved Best Actor. But I ask all of this. Go ahead, Hayden.
Yeah, I don't, and like to that, I don't think you can tell the story of Queen and Freddie Mercury if don't think you can make it PG-13 because he had a very R-rated life, and I think they shied away too much in making it PG-13.
I think you can make a defense in Bohemian Rhapsody. It is a very artificial, very super. I think if I had to come up with a defense for it, which is sometimes I often do with a movie that got kind of dragged to the mud by critics, probably rightfully so. But even then, well, people will come to like, well, Freddie Mercury, he was very private about his personal life, for instance, and they probably think that he wouldn't want all of that to be on film. I think he would only want people to know his music and stuff and what kind of a persona he was on stage.
In that respect, I guess Bohemian Rhapsody gets a pass. Like the way I kind of accept Bohemian Rhapsody is that thinking from the perspective of Queen, it really is just about putting on a good show, making everybody have fun, and just blowing them away with a really strong ending. And I'll say it as much as I really don't. I do like Bohemian Rhapsody, but I've become a lot harder on it as the years pass by. All two of them, and that live.
You mean 30?
Oh God!
It has been 30 years since that movie came out.
God, and, that live aid sequence is still pretty, in my opinion, it's still pretty solid.
Oh yeah.
Like it was electric watching it in the theater. Everybody in my audience with me and Kristal was stomping their feet. Some people were singing along. And you know what, to its credit, as mediocre as it is, if it's able to elicit such reactions out of people, I can't be too mad at it. There was actually a girl behind us when we were watching it that was crying. I don't know why, but hey, good on her.
Yeah.
Well,
yes. I think Freddie Mercury. I think you can also make the case that he was a showman. He was a real put on a show type of performer, and I think in the same regard, the movie does put on a show. It is very surface level. It's definitely very surface level, but some of its defenders may say that it actually works to the movie's advantage. That it plays its story very safe, but I guess that's what people were kind of wanting to see. And also, even with they made a lot of changes to that movie weren't historically accurate, like Freddie being diagnosed with AIDS before Live Aid, which he was diagnosed after that. That's just for the cliche. They want basically for that one speech he does in front of the other band members when they're rehearsing at the church, and I guess that is a sort of artificiality that the surviving members of Queen were kind of going for. The whole point of it was basically just to remind people what a great guy Freddie was.
I have a question. Do you think we'll ever
Yeah.
see another Queen / Freddie Mercury biopic, or do you think that Bohemian Rhapsody kind of put the nail in the coffin?
I think it probably did, just because I think Disney, which now owns Fox, which made the movie, they know, or any other studio really, they know how to make a successful Queen movie. And anything beyond that, any edgier take would probably not be nearly as successful. So I would say it's just not in the cards. Yes, Josh.
All right.
Well, I ask all of that with the favorite parts of the biopics, and it's kind of interesting getting down to the nitty gritty of Bohemian Rhapsody because I feel like I'm gonna sound like a real, like a trank hole or whatever. And like I don't want to do any of that with my biopic. I'm gonna be against the grain. My music biopic's gonna be a body horror thing. No, but I I've been watching one of my comfort YouTube channels is Todd in the Shadows. I love his videos, and I love his series on train records, which is just the worst records from bands that just effectively killed their careers. And all of them are great. Like he talks about "Be Here Now" by Oasis. He talks about "The Funky Headhunter" by MC Hammer. But there was one that I thought would make a really good movie because my favorite part of these music biopics is seeing the downfall of the artist. Just because that's the stuff I look for in biopics, seeing the flawed people, like seeing how human they are and how, nobody's perfect all the time. There's always going to be that kind of tension, especially in a band. And usually it's brushed off for a montage, like 20 minutes before the end. And then, oh, they got to get back together for the big concert or something. And he did an episode on Creedence Clearwater Revival and their album Mardi Gras. And I just thought that would be a fantastic movie to do, just a kind of Rashomon kind of thing where there's an interviewer going to the surviving members of Creedence, John Fogerty, Stu Cook, and Doug Clifford, just trying to see what happened for like I don't know, a reflection editorial or something. And then through it, you'd see, the recording of their worst album, Mardi Gras, and just how much they hated each other and how much it was full of one-upsmanship. Because, believe it or not, the people that wrote Fortunate Son and Bad Moon Rising were just really, really, really angry with each other and just hated working with each other. And if you've heard those songs, it is rough to listen to when you compare just the singing voices of Stu Cook, who just sounds like he's gargling just cottage cheese, compared to John Fogerty, who can just give you chills when you hear "Have you ever seen the rain?" And it would be told so straightforward. It would almost be like a in documentary, like shot handheld documentary, just because Credence wasn't too flashy. They were very down to earth, so make it feel as down to earth. And the one time they would come together is when Fogerty would write a song and try and perform it about divorce because he was going through a divorce at the time for a song called "Someday Never Comes," which is about a young boy trying to deal with his absentee father, and he's kind of wrestling with the fact that he might do the same thing for his kids. That's my ideal pitch. Just I've seen too much of they started from the top and they started from the bottom and now here they are. For some bands, I just want to see where it goes wrong because there's so many bands that have so much conflict. Like if they ever do a Fleetwood Mac movie, I would be shocked if it is as sanitized as Bohemian Rhapsody. They didn't like each other, so they wrote an album. No, screw that.
You talked about the worst CCR record, and while you were making your pitch for that kind of movie, I was thinking the very same thing about Oasis. Like that, like you could make like an unofficial trilogy of bands where the members hate each other. It could start off with Creedence Clearwater, then go to Fleetwood Mac, and cap it off with Oasis.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Who would you cast as Noel and Liam Gallagher?
Ooh, good question. It's got to be someone who has a very punchable face.
I see Daniel Radcliffe as one of them, but I don't know.
As Liam or no.
Who's usually the singer who sang Wonderwall?
I think that's Noah.
Then that one. I'm just imagining Daniel Radcliffe. It would be the kind of movie he would totally do. Just, yeah, why not? I'm writing off the Harry Potter money. I just want to do a lot of experimental stuff. Let me sing all around the world.
I'm also thinking. I'm also thinking about a biopic about Morrissey's descent into madness and
oh god.
I'm telling you, Universal, Disney, if you bring back Touchstone Pictures, there is an audience for this. They will love you for it, and you will get awards.
Oh hell yes, please!
And I just want to say, like, I even thought of a cast for my Creedence film, both young and old. For the older versions, for John Fogerty, I wanted Harrison Ford because he just looks so much like him.
Ooh.
Stu Cook, I saw Bob Odenkirk. And Doug Clifford, I saw Ron Perlman, just because I think if you mask him with a beard, he looks almost like him. And for the younger versions,
okay,
for young John Fogerty, I saw Ansel Elgort. And for Stu Cook, I saw Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Just make him bald. He'll be fine. I've seen 50-50. He can do it.
And a nice keto stash.
And a nice unmarked white van kind of stash. And then for Doug Clifford, Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
If you happen to see pictures of Doug Clifford in Creedence's prime, and then look at Shia LaBeouf when he's got the beard and everything, it is perfect.
So I think we have a movie right now. Go ahead and pitch that and shop that around.
Please call me, please. And while you're at it, I'll fix so many things with Armada. Don't get me started on that.
Please
Ooh, the segue.
on it.
Okay, Keona's getting started on it.
I haven't read it, so you're gonna have to break it down.
Okay, so
God.
I'm sorry for dragging Kristal through this.
That's okay. We have 10 minutes. We have 10 minutes you can devote to it.
She's got something she's wanted to talk about too, so I'm gonna try and be brief with this. But I've been doing a video on Ready Player One, the movie, and how I actually really like it and the message that Spielberg tried to shape the movie around, I think, with Zach Penn and Ernest Cline, about how nostalgia is great, but when you let it consume you, it can really wind you from, the beauty and reality. And to further support my thesis statement, I decided to read the book. And I didn't know what I was expecting. I remember a long time ago, I was in a production company, and the main guy there loved the movie, and then he read the book and said he loved the book even more. So I kept that in mind. I'm like, all right, what does he see in this book? And I read all 372 pages, and it is one of the most baffling reading experiences I've ever had. This is easily the second worst book I've ever read. It overtook it skyrocketed over, in my opinion, The Great Gatsby, which was just a slog to get through in high school. At least there, F. Scott Fitzgerald, he's actually a really good writer, and he doesn't advance beyond a third grader's reading level. I had to suffer through this just to see if I could pull some quotes, and it is shocking how little regard I think this book had for my sensibilities as a reader. There is an entire 2 page and a half monologue of Wade just going off about how there is no God, and it sounds like a YouTube commenter. And there is a page dedicated to Wade talking about, because you see he's hit his low point. So if you read the monomyth, this is the turning point. Ernest Cline knows the monomyth. He's seen Star Wars. He mentions it 12 freaking times every chapter. But he talks about how he's got this rig set up and he's got all this awesome stuff, and also he's very lonely, so of course he orders a sex robot. And he talks about how he has to pleasure himself, and he quotes James Halliday's almanac, like his journals, which apparently he just decided to publish that for the world to see in the universe. Imagine if you read about Bill Gates's masturbation stuff on the Xbox Live market.
Oh God.
Yeah, it is jarring there as it is here. And it is frustrating to read because, oh my God, I really sympathize with Steven Spielberg for trying to get it nearly on a watchable level, because the challenges in this book are ridiculous. I feel like I'm going mad here, but what did you guys think of the movie?
I really like the movie. Granted, I've only seen it once, but from what I remember, I had as good a time as any late era Spielberg movie.
Okay, something positive. I'm with you there, Mike. Jacob?
Okay, first of all, I just want everyone to know here that I actually proofread Josh's script for his video. Okay, so you're welcome, you're welcome
Thank you.
for that. I'm kidding, Josh. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, but I liked Ready Player One. I literally have not seen it since it premiered, and it was a fun time, I gotta say. It was definitely Spielberg playing with his toys, which is always fun to watch, even if it's not particularly good. And the worst of Spielberg is still better than other directors at their absolute best. So it was a good time, and if I ever get the chance to revisit again, I'd be more than happy to.
I will reshape people's thoughts on the movie just like High Top Films reshaped people, like brought back like Spider-Man, like the Raimi films into the public eye. That's my goal. Keona, as far as I understand, is a little more negative to both of them, actually.
Yeah, I only read a little bit of the book because I couldn't stand it, and I just put it down, and I was like, nope, this guy's just a fan wanker. That's all he is. He's just trying to show how much he knows about pop culture. That's it. It was a waste for me. The book was a waste.
He is not
The movie,
exaggerating on that too.
the movie itself was. I could see how people could find it entertaining. I was not thoroughly amused, but I was like, okay, it's it's late era Spielberg, so it's still fine. But I was like, why did I have to sit through this in a theater? I could have just sat through this on Blu-ray. To me, it felt empty to me. I didn't feel emotionally invested, personally speaking. So I don't know. For me, it was okay. I'll just say that. I'll just say it was all right. And yeah, Hayden, go ahead.
Yeah, I actually saw it in IMAX 3D, and it was really, really cool seeing it in that format. So I don't know how much that shaped my opinion of the movie, but I think it is really like something like that you have to experience like in the biggest way possible for some people to enjoy it, and that's how it ended up working out for me. So I actually do like
That's
it
a
a
good
lot
point.
more than the book for a lot of reasons, but I think it really benefited from seeing it in IMAX 3D.
It really
Yep,
is just a
could
huge
see that.
melting pot, and I always thought, at least personally speaking, Ready Player One as a book made no sense at all. This was something that needed to be visual. When you have all these different pop culture things coming together, when you're reading it, it sounds absolutely just monotonous. Like listening to him talk about, oh yeah, I have a DeLorean that I custom fitted with the Kit Knight Rider module, and it doesn't have a functioning flux capacitor, but it's got Ghostbuster logos on both the wing doors, and it has an AI system that is based on an 80s AI program called Max Headroom. Like
Oh
it already
God.
just sounds overwhelming to the core, and I haven't even gotten into like him going on a whole chapter just explaining, yeah, I watched everything. I watched Saturday morning cartoons. I watched Transformers, GI Joe, uh, uh, Thunderbirds. I knew it all because knowing is half the battle, which he did write that in the book. You know,
Oh
I watched
Lord.
all the Simpsons. I knew everything of Monty Python by heart, even the Lost episodes that didn't air in the US and only in Germany. And I watched all the Indiana Jones movies. Halliday said that, everything after part three, he didn't really count. And I tended to agree. It's like, oh my God, just, ugh.
Okay, so I haven't read the book, but I've seen passages, and it sounds like Ernie Cline does not know the definition, even by like book standards, of show don't tell. Like I know that's hard to do on the page, but like some of the best books, they they let you like they let you sort of imagine the world that the author is describing. Klein kind of doesn't let you do that. It seems like he's strangling you with all of his pop culture knowledge.
It's a bad habit
Mm.
in both books, in Armada and in Ready Player One, where instead of describing what Wade is feeling, he says, it was like that scene in this movie where the character goes to do the event. Like there's literally a line in Armada which is not related to pop culture, but he still manages to infuse that in there. But he walks into a big hangar bay full of ships. I want you to guess what he says. Take a wild guess. Okay, guessing
What?
time over. He's like, I felt like Luke Skywalker walking into the Rebel base on Yavin 4. I felt like this dude from this thing. I felt like da 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 from Neon Genesis Evangelion. And it's like, oh my God.
Oh my
And
God.
oh my God, Armada is just, it's something I would actually love to adapt as a film because I actually hate it more than Ready Player One. It is the worst book I've ever read because
You should just do like a straight adaptation and just have the character come out there and just like actually say that on screen. Just have him
You
walk
should
into
do
the
a
hangar.
Star Troopers style
Yeah,
adaptation and
yeah,
just completely make fun
Yeah.
of Armada.
well,
yeah.
here's the
Oh
thing.
my god.
Let me tell you guys what Armada's about, and I want you to tell me if it sounds familiar. So it's
Okay.
about a
Okay. First
boy.
of all, Josh. First, Josh. Before you go on, I'm going to cover my ears first because I cannot listen to that garbage. Oh my god.
No,
I mean,
trust
I've
me,
heard the
Jacob,
book was.
it has gotten worse.
I've 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 heard the books. I've heard Ernest Cline's a shitty writer, but god damn.
Like, wait, do they have this as like an audiobook?
They do. Both were read by Will Wheaton. Guy, if you
What?
know Will Wheaton, chances are he's already blocked you.
Will Wheaton.
I say that with confidence because I made a joke at one point just saying, "Shut up, Wesley," and then he blocked me.
Oh yeah, he gets really annoyed about that. Apparently that's a common occurrence.
Can you blame them? Oh my god.
Okay, Josh, proceed to describe the plot of Armada while I don't even try to listen.
Okay, here it is. Tell me if this sounds familiar to the rest of you guys. It's about a boy named Zach Lightman who plays this space shooter game called Armada, and one day he gets the highest score only to realize that it is actually a training simulation so that way they can fight against a real alien invasion. Mike, halfway through that I see you raise your hand.
What is The Last Starfighter?
Correct. Also every other freaking space invasion thing, but it is The Last Starfighter wholesale. And the frustrating thing is, he knows. They acknowledge The Last Starfighter in the book. Okay, so his father. This is what I mean why Armada is so frustrating, because there is a germ of an idea here. Like, Zach is a man like Wade in Ready Player One. He's obsessed with nostalgia. But unlike in Ready Player One, where it's shaped basically all of society, which I can understand begrudgingly, this one feels realistic because he holds on to the memories of his dead father. See, his father died before he was born, and his mom let him see like all the stuff that he left behind. And of course, it's all the old movies and games and comics and D&D stuff, and he latches onto that because it's the only thing he has to remember him. Like, and it doesn't help that he's apparently reminded, like, he looks exactly like his father, and it can't be easy on his mom, who, weird, gross thing, I think, just kind of thinking about Ernest Cline's immaturity, but apparently his parents were still in high school. Like, I think his mom was a junior or senior. I don't know. They're kind of elusive about her age, but they say that, yeah, he was basically you know, just about to finish high school, and then he died at 19. So, you know, he's attached to the nostalgia because of the fact that, you know, it's the one thing he has with his dad. But there's something to tell there where it's almost restricting for him. You could make him actually look at this stuff and not even enjoy it, but just kind of look at everything like, all right, this is all I have of him. Of course, I'm mostly going to be hung up on this. And there's a point in the book where he says, you know, it's time for me to move on from this. I can't keep living in the past. And that's at the end of chapter 2 when he realizes he's late for work. There's still more book after that. And if my example of him saying I felt just like Luke Skywalker in blah 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 doesn't give you a spoiler warning, no, he does not heed those words of progress. And I'm actually gonna, just to close this section out, because I know Kristal is recoiling and I know she wants to talk. I know I want her to talk about what she's seen, but I'm gonna read you guys one paragraph that almost made me break my phone. This is from Armada, the start of chapter 4. Are you guys ready for this?
I
Go.
should have popped popcorn.
Keona, are you ready? Because
Supremely.
when I sent you the masturbation monologue and ready the worst it's gonna get, and then it got worse.
Yeah.
Okay,
Continue.
this is technically
Go on.
2 paragraphs, but you just need to hear just the whole of this.
Do it.
Pamela Light, Nee Crandall, it's like a parentheses, I don't know, I can't pronounce it for the life of me, was the coolest woman I'd ever met, as well as the tough. She reminded me a lot of Sarah Connor or Ellen Ripley. Sure, she might have a few issues, but she was also the kind of single mom who would strap on a heavy artillery and mow down killer cyborgs if that was what it took to protect her offspring. My mother was also ridiculously beautiful. I know people are supposed to say things like that about their mothers, but in my case, it happened to be a fact. Few young men know the Oedipal torment of growing up with an insanely hot, perpetually single mom. Watching men constantly flip out
Oh
over
my
her
God.
looks before they'd even bothered to get to know her had made me faintly disgusted by my own gender, as if I didn't already have enough psychological baggage strapped to my luggage.
Ernie, is there something
What the
you
hell
want to
was
tell
that?
us?
Oh
I
God. Okay.
I
Okay.
really should have had alcohol before this. 'Cause I was not prepared.
I wasn't prepared either. And the funny thing is, I love reading this trash. It is so god awful, but I am finding it lifts my spirits on some dark level that I know I can write better than Ernest Cline. And I feel bad because I feel like Ernest is probably a really cool guy. And I can't hate the fact that he basically to make his geek fantasy reality. And he seems to be living his happiest life. And on top of that, even he seems to not like Armada at all. That doesn't mean I'm going to give him a pass because fuck that.
I'm just wondering how much of this is in character and how much of this is actually like bleeding over from his real life.
Shit, I left over a page from my diary in the copy I sent the editors.
As I was reading, I saw Kristal the second I read few young men know the Oedipal torment. I saw Kristal just roll her eyes so far to the back of her head.
I just want to point out, Ernie, you shouldn't feel too bad because you hate Armada because Woody Allen wasn't satisfied with Annie Hall either.
Oh shit!
Wow.
On the
I just had to throw that in there.
on the subject of weird incestual kind of undertones, Kristal
More like weird
introduced
overtones.
me. She
Okay,
introduced me to
wonderful
an amazing
segue, Josh.
movie.
Wonderful segue.
There's nowhere to go but up after this, trust me, and we're going as far up as we can. Kristal, what did you show me?
So, for my English 4 class before I graduated, yay me, we watched Excalibur in class.
Nice.
And I found out that Josh had never watched it, so I showed it to him, and he showed me Sword in the Stone because I had never watched that one either. And what I mean by great segue there, Josh, on incestual undertones, this movie just has straight up incest.
It was Game of Thrones before its time, and I actually love the story of King Arthur. Like I have a copy of T.H. White's The Sword and the Stone or the Once and Future King that my grandpa gave me, and I read that thing, at least the first story, just nonstop, and Excalibur was amazing.
But let me ask you a question. Is T.H. White better than Ernest Cline?
Oh fuck.
I'm being facetious.
It's like asking, who's better, E.L. James or Kurt Vonnegut. It's hard to choose. But Excalibur was beautiful. It was like I didn't expect it to look so good. It makes me think of an epic, much in the same vein as like Spartacus or Star Wars or the Ten Commandments. But unlike the Ten Commandments, I actually would want to watch Excalibur multiple times. I don't care if I don't know if that's controversial, but yeah.
And I've also discovered that Patrick Stewart is just like Queen of England in that they've been alive. They're immortal. Both of them.
Yeah.
Seriously, that movie came out in what year?
82.
1982.
1981.
81.
81?
It's as old as I am.
Hey. And Patrick Stewart is like graying in that movie.
Graying.
Like he's got a gray head, and I don't understand how old was he in that movie, and how old is he now?
Probably 60. I
don't
don't
get it.
know.
I don't get it.
I just want to point out, I just realized Ernie Cline is as bad as novel writing as J.K. Rowling is bad at screenwriting and being a good person.
Who?
Oh,
Shit.
God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
If we want to get into if we want this to last for 10 hours, we could start talking about Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald and how
God.
that was a movie that. Well, that wasn't a movie, but I don't know what that was. But we're not going to get into that because we'd be here all night.
Please not. Please no. Please
That's an episode in and of itself.
That was I remember just going to the movie theater with Kristal and my step grandma because she really she wanted to take us to the movies, and we had a choice between seeing Creed 2 or Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, and we didn't know if she would. I forget how we decided.
It was because she didn't want to see it,
She didn't want to see Creed 2.
I guess.
So we decided to watch Fantastic Beasts because she liked the Harry Potter movies, but she hadn't seen the first one. So it
Like first,
Fantastic Beasts. So we didn't think it would be too bad. And lo and behold, I was right. You did not need to see the first movie at all in order to jump into this, because this movie takes the first Fantastic Beasts movie into as much account as Ernest Cline takes into account how boys usually talk about their moms. As in, they just threw it out the window. I felt
No matter
so
what,
bad.
no matter if you've seen the first one or not, you're going to be confused by that movie. So,
Oh yeah.
Not only is the movie confusing, but it almost kind of punishes you for being a Harry Potter fan or not being a Harry Potter fan. Like it's a lose-lose situation.
God.
Okay, but like Josh said, that's for another video, a different time. Okay, because we're just Kristal, sorry, Kristal said that. Let's not get into that right now. Okay, please, just to preserve my sanity.
Please, I've already had to suffer through enough Ernest Cline bullshit for a lifetime.
And if you guys ever want to see just a lynching of both books, Connor Listoka and Mike J. Nelson have a podcast also. Of course, listen to the Renegade Pop Culture podcast because, we're better. I like to think we're better than the Riff Tracks people. They have a podcast that's like a book reading podcast called 372 Pages We'll Never Get Back. And their first two books that they did were Ready Player One and Armada, in that order. And it's carried me through this. It's encouraged me to read more, and just hearing them bash the books is just so vindicating. And from what I hear, they get into even worse books later on, like that weird experimental book that Sean Penn did. Yeah, you guys remember that?
No.
Vaguely.
no.
What was it called? It was like a Honey Do the Do or something. Bob Honey, who just does stuff. And he also touches upon. I think the recent book they're reading is a Dan Brown book, which you can get
Is it called
mileage out of that.
Is it called Bob Honey Who Just Do Stuff?
Yes, that's what it's called.
Does stuff?
And they also read the sequel to Willow that was written by George Lucas and Chris Claremont, and they called that the worst book that they had ever read in the entire show, which I find shocking.
Really?
Especially when you have Chris Claremont writing it.
I know.
Like, how can that possibly be bad?
This is a small sentence from Bob Honey, who just does stuff. He describes a young woman named Annie as effervescence lived in her every cellular expression, and she had spither dictium to spare.
Excuse me?
I feel
What?
like I'm going nuts, and the epilogue is a poem that touches on current events, the Las Vegas mass shooting, North Korea, and Puerto Rico in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria, and the hashtag #MeToo movement. And he writes a threatening letter to the US president, quote unquote, Mr. Landlord, in which he advocates for the president's assassination. And he declares, "You are not simply a president in need of impeachment. You are a man in need of an intervention. We are not simply a people in need of an intervention. We are a nation in need of an assassin. Tweet me, bitch, I dare you." The lengthy epilogue poem. That's how you know whoever wrote the Wikipedia entry for Bob Honey, who just does stuff, was low-key hating on the book too. The lengthy epilogue poem ends with Honey killing the investigative journalist with his mallet and running away to parts unknown.
I personally think you should adapt that.
Move over, Armada.
Which book should Josh adapt? Armada or Bob Honey, who just does stuff?
I believe it's Bob Honey who just do stuff.
Who just do stuff?
Just do
yes,
stuff.
yes.
Are you? And apparently, there's a sequel. Apparently, it's called Bob Honey
who
Sings
just
Jimmy.
do even more.
It's called Bob Honey Sings Jimmy Crack Corn.
Yeah, the sequel was released in last September.
Oh my god. I am so sorry for hijacking all of this, and Hayden, I'm so sorry that this is your introduction to the free for all.
This is pretty much how the free for all.
Okay, yesterday I watched a horror movie that was like basically halfway to being a porn movie. So, for reference, it's called Nightmare Sisters, and it's by the auteur director of A Talking Cat. If you know that movie. And it is one of it was an experience. It might be simultaneously one of the best and worst things I've ever seen. So I've already lost my sanity long ago.
I think that movie was up for the Palme d'Or. Jesus.
Picture of the year.
I lost my sanity when I was born.
What planet are we on?
What year is this?
Who am I?
Why is this happening? This is like the existential despair episode.
Oh god.
We just go nuts with all this.
It's a madhouse!
Meanwhile,
For context,
it was cute.
For context, the movie I watched that I was talking about has like a scene where 3 girls are bathing each other in a bathtub, and it goes on for like at least like 7 minutes, and it's like it just keeps going.
Oh my!
So it's one of those.
Oh,
and also the director is gay, so I don't even know. The director is a gay man, and it's just like all like boobs, and also the boobs squeak for some reason. They just have like
What?
I'm not kidding. And that is the second movie I have watched this past like month that has squeaking boobs in it. The other one is the masterpiece sorority. The other one is Sorority House Massacre 3: Hard to Die, which is a masterpiece in every way, and also J.K. Rowling stole Horcruxes from it. True story.
See, okay, as far as I know, I am the only person in this group who has boobs. And I can confirm right now that they do not squeak in any form.
Let's hope not.
And there's not one, but there's 2 films or whatever that have squeaking boobs.
Yeah, because they're like showering and they have these really obnoxious weird squeaking noises.
What does he think They're actually made out of plastic.
Probably. I mean, they were. They were all like.
I'm just imagining like.
Oh no, that's exactly how it is. That is exactly it.
Oh.
This podcast started off so serious.
I hope people listen to this episode because this is the best episode we've ever done. I really do think that it is.
This is our descent into madness.
This is like, yes, that's what I'm calling it, actually.
Oh yeah, and for reference, I have seen the motion picture Cats 9 times, so that's how you get a perspective of where my sanity is.
Oh, release the butthole cut.
Come on, Snyder fans, let's get the butthole cut going.
That's right. That's what the world needs.
Oh my
It'll
God.
heal it. It'll heal the world.
I feel bad because
Oh.
I imagine like the family like just nearby in the house is probably just going, what the hell are they doing right now? What are they talking about?
Something about cats and squeaky boobs.
I think somebody was talking about banging their mom.
I honestly think that we should just do one of these episodes where it's just Josh reading from Armada.
Oh my god, could we?
Like,
Yeah,
no, that would
with the
lead to a
low-
lawsuit. Probably.
Yeah, with the Lonely Man theme from the Incredible Hulk playing in the background.
My God.
Oh my god, yes.
I do have something to end the podcast on when we ever reach the finale, because I want to end this thing reading the dulcet lyricsmanship of Sean Penn.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, my god.
You know, here I am just saying, oh, Sword in the Stone was pretty cute. Oh, yeah.
I watched the movie with squeaky boobs.
Kristal, I'm gonna say, Kristal, your future, Kristal, is so much brighter than that of the rest of us.
Especially me.
There's no hope for us.
Yeah, we're destitute.
We started this
Compared
so
to you guys, I got
seriously,
one
and
foot
then
in
we
the
just like veered off.
Yes, it's completely gone now.
We have lost control of the narrative.
Yes,
We really
Our,
did.
it's over.
our lost all our credibility just down the shitter.
Maybe we should just.
I honestly think we should do this every single episode, though. To be honest, because I feel like this would bring in some listenership.
Every
Yeah,
episode needs
yeah.
a talk about squeaky boobs.
That's the name of my new band.
Okay, we should
I'm sorry, I just imagined.
Okay, next time we do this, guys, next time, before we do this, we need to all get totally shit faced.
Oh my god, no.
Oh my God.
No, you're
Yes.
not gonna be able to handle it.
I'd love to participate, but I'm just gonna have to stick to grape juice.
She'll be the designated driver steering the podcast for the rest of us.
Keona, I'll take over as host.
Yeah, you can.
Friggin'
I bequeath it.
Keona's
Yeah,
gonna be...
it's like one of those it's gonna be like one of those cheesy girl power movies from the 80s.
Oh my god, we're losing our minds already, and we haven't even done the DCEU podcast.
Oh no.
Oh, that things fall, things on Earth, and what falls is falling.
No, the monologue, it starts off with, "They were perfect things. Diamond absolutes." When
I
have
was
you
like-
ever heard of the term diamond absolutes?
Is that like a sixth grader writing like emo poetry in like their notebook in between classes?
Pretty much.
Hey, after
Like,
reading Ernest Cline, that's like that's poetry right there. Okay,
this is a challenge to him. Actually, I want him to put the words "diamond absolutes" in his next book.
Ready Player 2. Okay, it's all on you, Ernie.
Ready Player 2, diamond absolutes.
Ready Player
Damn
3,
it, that-
squeaky boobs.
Ready Player
We're giving
4.
this out for free.
Ready Player 4. Wade do stuff.
Oh my god.
Honey Wade, do stuff.
Ready Player 5. I have my character say weird shit about his mom. That Sigmund Freud would have a field day over.
Ready Player 6. 6.
Ready Player 7, the butthole cut.
Ready Player 8, Sword in the Stone is cute.
There you go.
The sad thing is, I
Ready
feel like
Player
that.
9. Just Mercy was good.
Ready Player 10, just like Luke Skywalker when he...
The sad thing is, I'm pretty sure the Sword in the Stone one would actually be a line in an Ernest Cline book.
It would.
I'm so sorry, Kristal.
Oh,
And that little pet owl is pretty funny. The little Merlin's owl. She's cute.
Are you okay, Kristal? 'Cause
I'm dying.
this is the culmination of everything we've all worked on.
I don't think it's gonna get any better than this. So after this, we're just shutting
Yeah,
down.
this is the end of the Renegade
Yeah.
Pop Culture Podcast.
Alright, guys.
I'm kidding. We're not
Yeah.
gonna do that.
Okay.
Oh,
Audience is stuck
man.
with us whether they want to or not.
That's right. I don't care. I'll just keep buying the website. I'll just keep buying the time, man. We'll get some comedians on. We'll we'll have some comedian guests on and just like go to town.
I'll say this: if we ever do get the clout to get a comedian on board, we gotta get John Mulaney.
Yes!
Yes, John
Yes.
Mulaney would totally fit in.
Oh, yeah.
I feel.
John Mulaney. It can get weirder.
Oh God, yes, I was just thinking of that.
I was gonna say the exact
Dang.
same person.
No way. No, you weren't.
I was.
Either Mulaney or Billy Eichner.
Yeah.
Mm. Bill or Andrew
Oh.
Dice Clay.
Oh man, this is
Or you know what? We should try to bring back George Carlin from the dead.
That's the plot of Ready Player 11.
Ready Player 11. Carlin rises, and it's just the prologue is Wade and Artemis activating an AI to basically be George Carlin, and the rest of the book, all 374 pages of it, will be George Carlin just calling Wade a fucking idiot. You listen here, you fucking Nintendo geek. You talking about Rubenesque women? I didn't even get into that.
Oh god.
Oh no.
What does that even mean?
It's like some painter. It's the cringiest shit I've ever heard. If a dude I wouldn't know whether to slap him or slap him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we all have that one artist that we just were fascinated by, that we can just carry a whole rant on. Like, I know for some people, it's Michael Bay. For others, it's Stephanie Meyer. For a lot of people now, it's J.K. Rowling. And it's not just because of Fantastic Beasts, but, you know, it's nice that we could all come together and just laugh at the sheer stupidity that is Ernest Cline. It really, this was... I mean this with all seriousness. This podcast is the highlight of my week.
Yeah, I gotta say, same here.
Yeah.
Same.
Me too.
This
Yeah.
this was a great, just a great way to blow off steam.
Very
With everything
therapeutic.
going on, with everything going on in the world, we needed these 2 hours to just let everything go and just have a laugh.
Have you guys seen the definition of Rubenesque? Because I got it right here.
What is the definition?
It says it says of relating to or subjective of the painter Rubens or his works especially, plump or rounded usually in a pleasing or attractive way.
Oh my
Aw,
gosh.
shit.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Boy better not be
No, I'm trying to
describing women as plump.
Okay, I'm trying to find it where
Right?
he talks about her. I don't know if you can actually hear the pages turning.
Who is he talking about?
He's talking about Artemis because in the book, Wade is actually fat, which I don't mind. But then earlier he talks about how his malnourished skeleton like witch of a ant. That's not verbatim, but I'm almost positive. I'm 80% close to what he actually wrote.
I would have imagined that he would have said instead of skeleton like, he probably would have said Skeletor like.
He probably did. I don't have
You know
the
what?
strength in me, but
You know what? Just give him props for not going that low.
yeah,
Yeah.
he has some standards that he broke in Armada. But okay, here it is. Here it is. It probably goes without saying that I had a massive cyber crush on Artemis. She occasionally posted screenshots of her raven-haired avatar, and I sometimes always saved them to a folder on my hard drive. Her avatar had a pretty face, but it wasn't unnaturally perfect. In the Oasis, you got used to seeing freakishly beautiful faces on everyone, but Artemis's features didn't look as though they'd been selected from a beauty drop-down menu on some avatar creation template. Her face had the distinctive look of a real person's, as if her true features had been scanned in and mapped onto her avatar. Big hazel eyes, rounded cheekbones, a pointy chin, and a perpetual smirk. I found her unbearably attractive. Artemis's body was also somewhat unusual. In the Oasis, you usually saw one of two body shapes on female avatars: the absurdly thin yet wildly popular supermodel frame, or the top-heavy, wasp-waisted porn starlet physique, which looked even less natural in the Oasis than it did in the real world. But Artemis's frame was short and Rubenesque, all curves. Milady.
Saved it to his hard drive, did he?
I love that that's
Guys,
what you latched onto, Keona, just saving the pictures to a hard drive.
Yeah, saved it to his hard drive. Sure.
so Ernest Cline is basically a new mental disorder, isn't it now?
Ernest Cline is welcome on the show. Ernest Cline, you are welcome on the show. Please come defend
I
yourself.
actually really liked your episode of Red
If you
vs.
can.
Blue. I'll say that positive. I actually like that thing. You did one thing I really like, and that does not give you any goodwill for
And what's
nerd
that?
porn auteur.
That one actually made me seethe in anger.
Oh my god. I'm sorry for just making this an Ernest Cline hatred thing.
That's all right. At least it gave us a track to follow.
This is the existential dread episode, so it's okay.
Do you guys know
Continue.
what nerd porn auteur is? I hear somebody looking it up. It is a slam poem that he did that won awards, apparently.
Oh my god.
And it's basically him starting a porn company for nerdy chicks.
That actually makes me angry.
I'm ruining your search history, Kristal.
Damn it.
And it makes it even worse when you know that this
Hey,
is
guys.
spoken.
Oh my god, he spoke this in person.
Yes.
He actually had the guts to go on stage in person. Without a mask.
I almost think we should close out the show with that. No.
Without a mask. Without any voice editing tricks. Just as himself and read this to a crowd.
A true act of bravery.
and it goes on.
There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity.
It goes on, and it is long, and it is so terrible. I actually cannot find it.
You can't?
I found it before, but I cannot find
It was like on r/Nice Guys. He actually found it on r/Nice Guys.
Guys, I want to read some of the reviews on the back cover for Ready Player One. I want to hear some of them.
All right,
Sure.
Okay, Terry Brooks says, fascinating and imaginative. Gamers must navigate clever puzzles and outwit determined enemies in a virtual world in order to save a real one. Readers are in for a wild ride.
I think back to
here's one from John Scalzi.
John Scalzi.
From John's a Nerdgasm. Imagine that Dungeons and Dragons in an 80s video arcade made hot, sweet love, and the child was raised in Azeroth.
Oh my god!
Wow, just wow.
From Booklist. An exuberantly realized, exciting, and sweet-natured cyber quest. Cline's imaginative and rollicking coming-of-age geek saga has a smash hit vibe.
I wonder how many of these are just Cline, like Cline himself under various pseudonames.
I actually really know John Scalzi is, and he's a really good author, so
yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure there was probably blackmail involved or something.
It reminds me
I should say allegedly, so I don't get in trouble. Allegedly.
It reminds me of a video I saw from Quentin Reviews talking about the book, which started scaring me about reading it. You know, how he was talking about people kept calling it the grown-ups Harry Potter. And he did a whole video, is like, you know, is it better than Harry Potter? It's better than Harry Potter and worse than Terry Pratchett. I can't get that out of my head, that people look at this and think, yeah, this is imaginative.
This is literature.
This non-gamer loved every page of Ready Player One by Charlene Harris.
The author of the True Blood books. She wrote the books that True Blood was based on.
I gotta say, if Ready Player One is the most imaginative, then this person must think the Lion King remake was just friggin' brilliant.
They probably think Family Guy, all the cutscenes in Family Guy are brilliant and masterful in every way. They're just blown away by it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like, the way Cline writes his dialogue, it sounds like he wrote it while listening to Family Guy in his sleep.
You think that's bad? Remember the time?
Oh my god. You know, Josh, I will never ask you again to read Ernest Cline. This will be the only time. Please read to them.
Oh no.
Please. I need
story time with Josh.
another person's perspective.
Wait, are you talking about the...
Okay.
It's a bedtime story. We need this.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, but the rest of us...
Nice guy voice.
Children, gather around.
The rest of us...
Hot cocoa. Get under
and our feety pajamas.
This is...
Get in your onesies.
This is Nerd Porn Auteur. I want it on record that Kristal wants me to read this to you guys.
Oh god, I just read it.
I need others to suffer with
And
me.
I'm gonna read it in my best whoa kind of voice.
Nice guy voice.
Eat your heart out, Kevin Conroy. Okay, here we go. Nerd porn.
No.
I've noticed that there don't seem to be any porno movies that are made for guys like me. All the porn I've come across was targeted at beer-swilling, sports bar-dwelling alpha males. Men who like their women stupid and submissive. Men who can only get it up for monosyllabic, cock-hungry nymphos with gargantuan breasts and a 3-word vocabulary. Adult films are populated with these collagen-injected, liposuctioned women, and many of whom have resorted to surgery and self-mutilation in an attempt to look the way they have been told to look. These aren't real women, they're objects.
Oh!
And these movies aren't erotic, they're pathetic. These vacuum-headed fuck bunnies don't turn me on, they disgust me. And it's not that I'm against pornography, I mean, I'm a guy, and guys need porn. Fact. Quote, like
Fact.
a preacher needs pain, like a needle needs a vein. End quote. Guys need porn. But I don't want to watch this misogynistic he-man woman hater porn. I want porno movies that are made with guys like me in mind. Guys who know that the sexiest thing in the world is a woman who is smarter than you are. You can have the whole cheerleading squad. I want the girl in the tweed skirt and the horn-rimmed glasses. Betty Finabowski, the valedictorian. Oh, yes. First, I want to copy her trig homework. Then I want to make mad, passionate love to her for hours and hours until she reluctantly asks if we can stop. Because you can last that long. Because she doesn't want to miss Battlestar Galactica.
Don't bring PSG into this.
Summa cum laude, baby. That's what I call erotic. But do you ever see that kind of a woman in a contemporary adult film? No. Which is why I'm going to start writing and directing geek porno. I shall be the quintessential nerd porn auteur, and the women in my porno movies will be the kind that drives nerds like me mad with desire. I just want to take a break real quick. I realized I just went from sounding like Mr. Sulu to sounding like Clayface from Harley Quinn.
You totally did.
No, it is
Honestly, keep going.
It is honestly terrifying how well you're melding into this character.
Yeah.
I'm imagining this is one of Clayface's identities he's trying to prepare himself for.
And this is from Ready Player One.
No, this is a poem that he spoke and won awards for, apparently.
Okay.
Okay, I'm almost done.
He won a score.
I was so much happier before I knew any of this.
And it only gets worse. I'm still not done, but I'm almost done.
Oh god.
Okay, here you go. I'm talking about the girls that used to fuck up the grading curve. The girls in the Latin Club and the National Honor Society. Chicks with weird clothes, braces, 4 eyes, and 4.0 GPAs. Brainy, articulate bookworms with Mensa cards in their purses and chips on their shoulders. My porn starlets will come in all shapes and sizes. My porn starlets will be too busy working on their PhD to go to the gym. In my kind of porno movies, the girls wouldn't even have to get naked. They'd just take the guys down to the rec room and beat them repeatedly at chess, and then talk to them for hours about Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, or the underlying social metaphors in the Aliens movies. Buy stock in some hand cream companies, because there is about to be a major shortage. And I'm not just talking about straight porn, oh no. There should be fuck films for my nerd brethren of all sexual orientations. Gay nerd porn flicks with titles like Dungeons and Drag Queens. This idea is a fucking gold mine. I am gonna make millions because this country is full of database programmers and electronics engineers, and they aren't getting the love they so desperately need. And you can help. If you are an intelligent woman, if you're an intelligent woman that is interested in breaking into the adult film industry, and you can tell me the name of Luke Skywalker's home planet, then you are hired. It doesn't matter if you think you're overweight or unattractive. It doesn't matter if you think you're beautiful. You're a star, and I will make you a star. I want A Star is Born remade using this basis.
Oh god.
Okay,
I just want to say that for a while there, you turned into a reviewer that rhymes with Pug Locker and his impersonation of Christopher Lloyd.
Dude, Hayden, no! Bad Hayden!
In some spots, I kind of heard Patrick Stewart.
Also a bit of Vincent Price.
AKA the guy who never ages.
Oh.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but...
Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I need to go to church.
1,000 Hail Marys.
1,000 Hail Marys, yes.
And
Okay,
bathing in
okay,
holy
that is
water.
all.
Oh.
Okay, next, okay, Kristal, what you were saying?
So, number one, I love how he goes into this whole business pitch with the mindset that women don't work.
Well, no, he's making it for all people.
No, he said sex orientations. And specifically, gay. Like, man on man.
But you gotta understand, Ernest is actually progressive. Everybody can cringe at this.
Yeah, that's true.
Pull it up. Pull it up again.
I am not pulling that up
Please, I need to have this on standby
Seriously.
so I can critique every single.
again. Oh no.
Just drop it in the group chat if you have to.
Just get in a room, please.
Sure, you guys heard me lose my mind at the line, "These aren't real women."
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
fuck you,
I
Ernest Cline.
yeah.
Fuck you. Okay,
Yes.
who are you to
Exactly.
say that these women didn't make their own damn decisions about their own damn bodies? I'm sure there are some women in this industry who are peer pressured into getting those alterations. But it's their own bodies. Who cares?
See, hearing their objects is like, oh.
Oh my god. And then how all of them have to be ditzy and stupid. Fuck you for assuming they're in their own minds. You know, while I'm doing my thing, I'm not thinking, oh yeah, oh yeah, baby, tell me about the Pythagorean theorem or some bullshit like that. Oh, baby, brag to me about your GPA. Fuck you.
See, I love.
Tell me about Heisenberg's uncertainty principle.
See, I love also the low bar. If you could tell me the name of Luke Skywalker's home
Yes.
planet, you're hired.
Oh my god. Oh, this makes me so angry. Oh my god. That honestly pissed me off. Oh yeah. Girls can't be that nerdy. So the most that they can know is Luke Skywalker's
The,
whole planet.
you know, the obscure science fiction movie Star Wars.
I guess.
Little independent film. You may not have heard of it.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, it's very art house.
I mean, look at that description, though. Look at that, like, I want the girl in the tweed skirt and the horn-rimmed glasses, and then he names somebody. I wonder if that's a real person.
I don't know.
This person needs to get a restraining order.
I want the valedictorian. Like she even wants you, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You're aiming pretty high.
My favorite line, though, is, first I want to copy her trig homework.
Fuck you. First off, why would I even give it to you, asshole?
I'm also confused about the narrator's age in this poem.
Yeah, like who is he? Is he a high schooler? Is he in college? Is he in his late 20s? Like, there's no context clues at all.
Well, he's doing
Is he
a
Patrick
business
Stewart?
pitch. So I'm assuming late 20s, early 30s. and he's talking about banging the high school valedictorian.
Mwah. Good night, everybody.
Shut it down.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
God.
Shut it down.
I'm sorry. I know you had your hand raised, but this has been.
No mas.
Are you okay, Jacob?
This may be the episode that gets us kicked off of iTunes.
Yeah, this podcast was a mistake.
Podbean's gonna be like, this violates every single bit of our terms of conditions.
Yeah, we lost.
Oh, man.
We lost this chance as soon as Kristal talked about our non-squeaky boobs.
I will say,
Okay.
fundamentally, as a woman, I am incredibly insulted. Just
You should be
get
insulted as a human being.
actually a little bit serious.
You should be insulted as a human being.
Yeah. Just as a human
Screw being
being.
insulted as a woman.
But
No, you should be insulted as a life form.
To actually get on a little bit of a serious note, for a long time, I rejected, things like makeup and, girly clothes, purses, nail polish. I didn't do any of that stuff. I went total tomboy because I felt like I wasn't pretty enough to try to be prettier. So I just gave up and accepted this whole I'm smart, so that's what's endearing about me. And it wasn't until like my senior year that I accepted that I'm a woman and I can, put on makeup and not feel self-conscious about it. And, I can, want to show off my curves and not have to be ashamed of it. And then there's people like Ernest Cline who just shit all over that. Say that a woman is either this or this. There's no one in between. You can be a ditzy broad with fake tits and, a 2.5 GPA, or you can be a ugly bitch who who wears glasses and is smart and nerdy sometimes. It's like there's no one in between. And just that alone can be demoralizing for any girl, especially like modern girls, because I know I wasn't alone.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Damn.
There's a lot of misogyny in that.
And it's so funny.
What we need to do is
It's so funny because
there's like misogyny just everywhere in that.
His whole selling point is that, oh, I'm not a misogynist. I'm a nice guy. Look at me. Look, ladies.
Exactly.
But in doing so, he's the most misogynistic asshole in the world.
He has black friends.
Oh my god.
He loves the help.
Oh my god.
He loved Green Book.
That's one way to come full circle.
He's the dad from Get Out. I would have voted for Obama for a third term if I could.
Oh my
and how about Tiger Woods, huh?
My man.
From what I hear, that poem was award winning.
The Razzies, let's hope.
Yeah. Seriously.
What we need to do, okay, Kristal, just for you, is we need to tell Ernie Cline, hey, this Kristal, she's a big fan of yours. You should, and he'll go all the way to Texas, and where you can kick him straight in the balls. Okay? You could.
Oh my god.
You see, the interesting thing that I've seen, apparently, I've still been looking for the proof of this, is that apparently Ernest Cline looks back at all this stuff that we've just been roasting him on, and he cringes at it. He hates it. And he's apparently rewriting Ready Player One, from what I hear, and trying to re-release it, re-edited. And, he wants to move forward and kind of, really reevaluate himself as a writer. And if that is true, I admire him for having the maturity to look at all this and recoil.
Release the Cline cut.
Oh my god.
Come on, Snyder fans, let's get it going.
Did they get that from ErnestCline.com?
Has a
Was that a press
website.
release that he released?
Guys,
I don't know. I don't even know.
Guys, I'm gonna ask a real question here. What does Spielberg see in this guy?
There was potential in Ready Player One, and I think my video does a good job of showing that.
What does
God damn it. Spielberg did miracles having the challenges revolve around James Halliday's life and not having it revolve around reenacting war games, Monty Python and the Holy Grail by memory, and then also playing a demon monster in a game of Joust, as in the arcade game.
I guess when it comes to adapting books, Spielberg knows how to mine for the right material.
He is a miracle worker.
Like,
He is.
I can just imagine myself as Spielberg and just thinking to my like saying out loud that there's charm in the folly of a child.
Shit. Spielberg, he's a director who can make everyone poops into an Oscar-winning masterpiece.
Could he have saved the Emoji Movie?
Perhaps.
Thank you for someone getting my joke.
I got it. I
know, Jacob. I know. It's okay.
Okay.
Of course I got it. I said it when we first started talking about it.
Yeah, no, it's true. No, yeah.
Oh my god! I just looked at the time.
What time is it? Oh my god!
I'm surprised that we were able to go for this long.
Yeah.
And we had just so much substance throughout these 2 hours. This was the most substantial. This is even deeper than the mental health one we did.
Oh my god.
Comes a time you gotta let loose.
Yeah.
Let loose.
Anyway, all right. I think we're gonna call it at this point because any further, and I don't know, the rabbit hole might go too deep.
Man, it's getting late over here.
Yeah, we got to climb out of this hole eventually.
Yeah.
This was good.
Please.
This was good, though. This was good. But okay, guys. So, on a serious note, is there anything that you would like to? Oh, Jacob, did you want to say something else?
Oh no, I'm sorry. Hold on. There. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. So, let's talk about what we would recommend to people. And I don't think it's going to be anything by Ernest Cline at this point.
No, God, no.
Yeah. So, recommendations, guys?
Oh, well, as mentioned earlier, Just Mercy and Selma and whole other movies related to civil rights that you can watch for free on video on demand. And I will bring up recommendations. A lot of them I'm saving for the Streaming Wars episode, which we'll be recording next week.
Mike?
So I already talked before about Blind Spotting. That's my movie recommendation. Over on my Facebook page, I've kind of broken down 2 other recommendations. For television, check out the Static Shock episode Sons of the Father, in which in which the characters address racism. You know, with Richie's dad when he and Static have a sleepover. And then for my music recommendation, a band that I'm encouraging everyone to listen to is Fire from the Gods, and I would check out their latest album, American Sun.
All right, Hayden, do you have any recommendations?
In terms of everything going on right now, I would recommend watching 13th, which is a documentary directed by Ava DuVernay, who did Selma. It's a very, very important documentary, very good. And also with her involvement was When They See Us, also on Netflix, which is about the Central Park Five. Very, very difficult to watch, but it's very, very sobering, and it's a great series, great miniseries on Netflix also.
Excellent. Okay, Josh and Kristal.
Kristal, you got anything?
Sword in the Stone. That was cute.
Nice.
Yeah, Sword in the Stone, and then Josh and I have just been listening to movie soundtracks, like music-wise. And I've just been loving the Dark Crystal soundtrack by Trevor Jones. It's beautiful.
Nice.
Please give it a listen.
And on my end, I don't know, I think you could do far worse than, just going on Netflix and watching Avatar for the 50th time, or just giving Community a good college try, pun intended. I'm like I said, I've just been doing a lot of comfort food watching, and on the flip side of Tug Dogger, there is actually a YouTube channel that I saw that did a complete breakdown of his god awful The Wall video, and I'm trying to find the guy. I think I liked the channel. Matt Amar. It is he only has less than 1,000 subscribers, but he somehow manages to blow away Doug out of the water with production value, and it is embarrassing. But his video was amazing, and I recommend people subscribe to him just for that.
Cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and second everybody's recommendations and also add a little bit to my own. I saw Remember the Titans, kind of revisited that, and Friday Night Lights, so I saw like 2 football movies back to back, which was cool. Remember the Titans, of course, is a more family-friendly movie, and of course it's, maybe a little bit sappy for the modern-day viewer, but I think that overall I really enjoyed that movie. It takes me back to a simpler time, I suppose. That's probably why, in terms of when I watched it. Yeah, because I just graduated high school. Interesting. Anyway, Friday Night Lights was, of course, one of my favorite movies. I'm not too big on the series for some reason, but the movie hit the right notes for me, so I always did like the movie. Apart from that, on Apple TV Plus, there's a show called The Morning Show, which I just saw the first episode of, and I really liked it. So that's one that I would recommend for anybody who's willing to give it a shot. And apart from that, everybody just go play Final Fantasy VII Remake when you have the time.
Yes.
Because I'm always gonna shill for that one because that's a good game. Anyway, all right, guys. So this has been the 4th episode of Free For All, I believe. 4th episode,
something like that.
Yeah, and our I think either 17th or 18th episode overall. So keep on trucking. And thank you to my co-hosts. Thank you to our listeners for putting up with us in this particular episode, which was actually a lot of fun. And, apart from the bad writings of Mr. Cline. But, hopefully the world becomes a better place, and hopefully we all learn And yeah, that's all I'll say. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the DCEU special. Not sure if that's going to be a part 1 or if it's going to be just the whole DCEU. We'll see how that goes. That should be coming up this week, and we also have Streaming Wars, and then we also have Tuned Up coming up. So that's stay tuned, everybody. And all right, guys, where can we find you online? Mike, let's start with you.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at CaptainK42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And look for me in all the various Facebook groups just at my name, Mike K.
Awesome. All right, Jacob?
You can find me on Joe Crable on Facebook. And also in the Renegade Pop Culture Facebook group.
Nice. Okay. Hayden?
I can be found on Instagram at Hayden Wilder and on Twitter at the Hayden Wilder.
Nice. All right. And then Josh, Kristal?
Go ahead, Kristal.
Well, you can find me on Twitter under the handle at simply_ragu816. And you can also find me on the Renegade Pop Culture Facebook group under my name, Kristal Gillum.
And for me, you can find me at Twitter at JSH Lozano. That's where I'm active the most. And I'm doing a thing on my Twitter where I post episodes of a series that I've written. Catch up with me. It's a nice binge read in these trying times since I can't do a show or another movie. And you can find me on YouTube at JoshBoy64. Tune in for my Ready Player One video. And after that, I've got a big collaboration I have coming up with Gwendolyn J. Stone, my YouTube sister, Matt Draper, a brilliant comics YouTuber, and Diego Rivera, who's really underrated. And he usually does like video game videos, but we're all coming together to do something pretty special relating to the trying times that we're in right now. And you can find me in the Renegade Pop Culture Facebook group.
All right, awesome. So you can find me at Keona Tang. That's KeonaTang on Twitter. Also, you can find our Renegade Pop Culture Twitter page, which is at Ren Pop Culture. So definitely check that out. We also have an official Facebook page. We have the Facebook group. And we have renegadepopculture.com. So please check it out, read the articles, definitely share it around if you can. And yeah, thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you guys for just sticking with us. And everything's going well on the website front. So happy to say that. All right. So remember, guys, amplify the unheard voices in your communities and in the world, because we need to. And embrace change and be kind to one another and stay safe. And Black Lives Matter. Thank you, guys. Peace out.
Bye.